A son's unwavering support. The quiet in our home was deafening. It wasn't just silence, it was a constant, chilling reminder of the day Robert was taken from us. A sudden stroke, the doctors had said, their voices soft with practiced sympathy. I called it the day my world stopped. Could a heart truly keep beating when its other half was gone? How do you even begin to fill a void as vast and cold as the night sky? What unspeakable loss have you faced? And how did you find that first glimmer of hope in such darkness? Share your stories below. Your experiences and strength could be the lifeline someone else desperately needs. And if you believe in the power of family to heal deep wounds, please subscribe and hit that like button. Your support means the world. My husband, Robert, wasn't just the man I loved. He was the main support of our life together, the steady hand that held our family, my entire world, in place. His death, a full year ago now, didn't just leave an empty space beside me. It felt like the very foundation of our lives had broken. He was my partner in every way, and then he was just gone. Into this deep sadness stepped my son, Daniel. In ways I hadn't expected, he truly rose to the occasion. At 25, he was mature beyond his years, with a quiet strength that became my unexpected anchor. Even though his own heart ached with the loss of his father, he focused on my well-being, making sure I never had to go through my grief completely alone. Daniel had always been kind, but in the emptiness of loss, his devotion grew stronger. He became my lifeline. This particular morning, the kitchen was filled with soft golden light. I was slowly stirring my coffee when Daniel walked in, hiding something behind his back. A wide smile spread across his face. "Good morning, Mom," he said, leaning in to gently kiss my cheek. "I have a little something for you." I raised an eyebrow, curious. "A surprise, Daniel?" His smile grew wider, excitement dancing in his eyes. His father's eyes. "Just go outside. You have to see this." He gently encouraged me forward, his excitement contagious. Intrigued, I let him guide me to the driveway. The early morning sun gleamed off the sleek silver curves of a car I recognized instantly. A son's unwavering support continued. My breath caught. It was a convertible, a classic I'd admired for years but never dreamed of owning. In the soft morning light, it shimmered, looking too perfect to be real. "That convertible!" I gasped, my hand flying to my mouth. "Daniel, It's the one," he beamed. "Do you like it, Mom?" he asked eagerly. "It's yours. Mine?" The word was a choked whisper. "It's beautiful, Daniel, but how? Why?" His gaze softened. "Consider it a thank you, Mom, for everything, for holding us together. You deserve this. You deserve something that makes you feel alive." He paused, then added in a lower voice, "I know you've been so unhappy. I just thought maybe this could bring a little bit of sunshine back." Tears welled up. "Daniel, I don't know what to say. This is too much." His response was firm, his hand gently taking mine. "No, Mom, it's not. You've spent your life thinking about everyone else. It's time you did something for yourself." His words struck a deep chord. I wrapped my arms around him in a tight hug. "Thank you," I whispered, my voice trembling. A new chapter. That evening, we took the car out, top down. The wind whipped through our hair. As we drove along familiar roads, a strange lightness began to fill my heart. We laughed. The sunset sky was a breathtaking masterpiece. For the first time in what felt like forever, the heavy cloak of grief felt a little less crushing. It wasn't just a car. It was a key, a reminder of the vibrant world still waiting. He had gently pushed me back towards life. Because of his unwavering love, things that had seemed impossible suddenly felt within reach. As we pulled back into the driveway, Daniel turned to me, his expression serious. "Mom," he began quietly, "I know this can't bring Dad back, but I need you to know you're not alone. I'll always be here for you." I didn't doubt him. It was in his constant presence that I found the courage to start moving forward, carrying Robert's memory not as a weight, but as a guiding light. As weeks passed into a gentle routine, Daniel continued to show a depth of understanding I hadn't fully recognized. His support wasn't just about big gestures, it was woven into our daily lives through small, consistent acts of kindness. One morning, I stumbled into the kitchen, sleepy and expecting sadness. Daniel was already there, an apron tied around his waist, the aroma of pancakes filling the air. He winked, then slid a plate piled high with fluffy pancakes in front of me. "Thought you could use a break from cooking," he announced. A soft laugh escaped me. "You're spoiling me, Daniel." "You deserve to be spoiled, Mom," he replied gently. "For once, let me take care of you." Small moments of comfort. And it wasn't just breakfast. He seemed to know what I needed, creating small moments of brightness. When sorting through the attic, filled with Robert's belongings, became too overwhelming, Daniel took on the task himself, quietly and respectfully. One rainy afternoon, I found him arranging stargazer lilies in the living room. "Lilies?" I asked. "What's the occasion?" He looked up, a small smile on his face. "No occasion. I know you love them, and the house needed some color. Dad used to say they always made you smile." His thoughtfulness, remembering such a detail, made my chest tighten. "You're something else, Daniel." "I try," he grinned. But it was more than just trying. If he saw me lost in thought, he'd bring fresh tea and sit in comfortable silence. If a chore seemed too much, he'd quietly take over. "You don't have to do everything by yourself, Mom. I'm here." One evening, watching the sunset from the porch, Daniel turned to me. "You know, Mom, you're truly amazing." I smiled. "Where did that come from?" He shrugged. "It's just the truth. You've always been so strong, especially this past year. I don't know how you do it." His words touched a sensitive spot. "I'm not as strong as you think," I confessed. "Some days I feel like I can barely hold it together." Daniel reached out, his hand gently covering mine. "But you don't have to hold it all together by yourself, Mom," he said tenderly. "That's what family is for. Lean on me." His understanding moved me deeply. I squeezed his hand. "What happens next in this story? I'm ready to continue when you are." He made me feel truly seen, truly understood. Have you ever had someone in your life who became your rock during a storm? Someone whose quiet strength helped you get through the unimaginable? We'd love to hear about these incredible people. Share your appreciation in the comments, and let's celebrate the everyday heroes who help us heal. And if this story speaks to you, please consider liking this video and subscribing. As weeks turned into months, Daniel's support became my solid ground. He gently pushed me to re-engage with life. One Saturday, he announced he'd signed us up for a cooking class. "Just for fun, Mum," he'd said. Initially unsure, his enthusiasm won me over. And in that class, I laughed wholeheartedly for the first time in ages. Daniel was a hilariously creative chef, rarely following recipes. When our soufflé collapsed, he pretended to be heartbroken. "Well, Mum," he joked, "we may not win awards, but we'll have a story." His light-heartedness was truly refreshing. His compliments, always sincere, made me feel valued. One evening, getting ready for dinner with a friend, I wore a dress Robert had loved. Daniel stopped, his eyes wide. "Wow, Mom, you look wonderful." A blush warmed my cheeks. "Oh, stop it. It's just an old dress." "No, really," he insisted. "You look beautiful." His words stayed with me, a small warm spark of confidence. Knowing my fondness for wine tastings, he planned a surprise weekend trip to a vineyard. We strolled through the rows of vines, sampled different wines, laughing at our clumsy attempts to describe the flavors. "A distinct note of bewildered cherry," Daniel said, making me laugh. "You have a refined taste," I teased. "Perhaps I shouldn't quit my day job," he grinned. Finding light in the darkness. These shared moments were unexpectedly healing. Daniel's love was a reminder that life, even with grief, still held beauty and meaning. Hope rekindled, a dawning realization that happiness was possible, created by the love around me. One wild night, a fierce storm raged. I was in the kitchen when the lights flickered and died. "Daniel," I called. "I'm here, Mom." His voice calm drifted from the living room, an instant comfort. He appeared with a flashlight. "Looks like the storm knocked out the power," he said with amusement. I laughed softly. "Cozy, good thing we have flashlights," Daniel smiled. "Makes me think of those winter outages when I was a kid, remember?" A nostalgic smile touched my lips. "How could I forget? You always begged me to play games." "Exactly," he exclaimed slyly. "So why not now?" I raised an eyebrow. "Hide and seek," he declared, eyes sparkling. "Come on, Mom, it'll be fun." I laughed. "Hide and seek? Daniel, we're not children." "Doesn't mean we can't act like it," he coaxed. "Unless you're afraid I'll find you too easily." That was the challenge. "All right, you're on," I agreed. "But don't think I'll make it easy." He chuckled and started counting down as I grabbed a flashlight and scurried into the shadowy hallway, my heart thumping with ridiculous excitement. The storm intensified the shadows. I ducked behind the den couch, muffling my breathing. What happens next in this unexpected game of hide and seek? I'm ready for the next part whenever you are. "Ready or not, here I come," Daniel's voice boomed. I smiled at the silliness. It was freeing. I heard his slow steps. "You know, Mom," he called playfully, "if you want to stay hidden, you'll need a smarter plan." I stifled a laugh. Just as I thought he was moving on, he spun, his flashlight beam cutting through the den. "Aha, found you," he declared, grinning. I burst out laughing. "Oh, you're too good." "Years of practice," he grinned. "Your turn." I searched for him, amazed at how quick he was. I finally found him in the guest bedroom closet, hunched over and grinning. "Gotcha!" I gasped, breathless. "Okay, you win," he admitted, laughing. We collapsed onto the living room couch, our laughter echoing, a warm sound chasing away the shadows. The storm raged outside, but a real warmth filled our home. It was as if we'd gone back to a simpler time, and our bond felt stronger than ever. "I'm glad we did this, Mom," he said, his expression soft. "It's nice to feel like ourselves again." "Me too, Daniel," I agreed. With the power still out, we lit candles, their glow casting soft colours around the room. We talked for hours, sharing stories. As I told a story about one of his childhood mischiefs, he listened, then said tenderly, "And you were always the most patient, Mum." I smiled. When you love someone, patience is easy. The words hung gently in the air. Daniel reached out, brushing hair from my forehead. His touch lingered. "Mum," he said quietly, his gaze warm, "you're pretty great. I hope you know that." A faint warmth spread across my cheeks. "Thank you, Daniel. That means so much." As night deepened, the storm lessened to a gentle patter. I felt a peace that had been missing for a long time. Daniel's steady care was a reminder that even in darkness, light remained. That night, I thought about how close we had become, not just mother and son, but two souls connected by an unbreakable bond, facing life's challenges side by side. A quiet evening. The storm passed. As we sat on the couch, candles flickering low, he reached for the remote. "Movie?" he suggested. "Something light, not scary." I laughed quietly. "Agreed, romantic, perhaps." His eyebrow arched. "Romantic? Mom, are you hinting at dating?" I playfully swatted his arm. "Don't look so shocked. I enjoy a good love story." He selected a classic I'd always loved. As it began, a pleasant quiet filled the room. A son's unwavering support continued. Daniel unconsciously shifted closer. It felt natural, comforting. During an emotional scene, his arm came around my shoulders. "Is this okay?" he whispered, his breath warm. My heartbeat quickened for a second. It was just Daniel offering comfort. Of course, sweetheart, I replied softly. It's nice. His embrace was strong, gentle and protective. It reminded me of when he was a boy seeking comfort, but this felt different. There was a maturity in his touch, a quiet strength. Something about the way his fingers rested lightly on my arm resonated deeply. You know, Daniel said suddenly, his gaze shifting from the screen to me. She, the main character, reminds me of you. Me? I blinked. How so? She's strong, he stated simply. Resilient, keeps going, and she loves fiercely, never gives up on people. His words were a warm blanket. That's a generous compliment, Daniel. I'm not always sure I'm that strong. You are, Mom, he insisted gently. After everything, you're still here, still fighting, still loving. That's strong. He leaned in and pressed a soft, lingering kiss to my cheek. It was kind, tender, yet it sent an unexpected wave of warmth through me. I looked at him, startled, but his expression was calm, sincere. Daniel, I began, unsure. He understood. You don't have to say anything, Mom, he said softly, his hand finding mine, thumb tracing soothing circles. I just care about you so much. You've always been there for me. Now it's my turn. Unable to find words, I leaned into his embrace, resting my head on his shoulder. The movie faded into the background. I focused on his steady breathing, the comfort of his presence, feeling grounded and safe. As the end credits rolled, Daniel shifted. Thank you for tonight, Mom. I don't remember the last time I felt this peaceful. Neither do I, Daniel. You've helped me more than you know. A gentle smile. Just be happy, Mom. That's all I want. The rain had stopped. The air between us felt charged with a profound, unspoken understanding. Mom, he said, his voice thick with emotion. You're my everything, my anchor. Without you, I'd be lost. Tears filled my eyes. I cupped his cheek. Oh, Daniel, I whispered, my voice trembling. I am so lucky to have you. You are my everything too, my light. The weight of the moment was immense. His steady, loving gaze and soft touch conveyed a universe of meaning, a peace I hadn't dared hope for. It felt like more than a regular mother-son bond. It was a sacred pact between two souls, weathered by storms, bound by a love that promised to heal. We remained on the couch, wrapped in each other's arms as the candles flickered out. In that quiet, pre-dawn darkness, I knew I'd carry the memory of that night, of my son's extraordinary love, always. It was a timeless reminder that even in devastating loss, love, in its purest form, has an incredible power to heal, to restore, to bring us gently back to life. The journey ahead was still uncertain, but with Daniel by my side, I wouldn't walk it alone, and that made all the difference. This story is a testament to the incredible bonds that can form and strengthen in the face of adversity. What are your thoughts on this journey? Do you believe that love and family can truly conquer even the deepest sorrow? Let us know your feelings and experiences in the comments below. We read every single one. Thank you for joining us for this story. If it touched your heart, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might need to hear it, and consider subscribing for more narratives about the human experience. Your support helps us continue to bring these stories to light. Until next time, take care of yourselves and cherish the loved ones in your life. Closing remarks. This story is a powerful reminder of how strong the bond between a mother and son can be, especially when facing life's toughest challenges. It shows us that even after a deep loss, love, understanding, and consistent support can help us heal and find joy again. Daniel's unwavering devotion helped his mother, Eleanor, step back into the light, proving that family love is truly a guiding force. Vote of thanks. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to you, our dear reader, for spending your valuable time with Eleanor and Daniel's journey. Your engagement with this story means the world to us. We also thank those who have shared their own experiences and kind words in the comments, contributing to a community of support and understanding. Disclaimer: please remember that this story is a fictional narrative created for entertainment and to explore themes of grief, family, and healing. While it aims to be emotionally resonant, it is not based on real events or individuals. The characters and situations are products of imagination, and any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or real life events is purely coincidental.